Thanks to the supporters of channel member Rusty Reviews. A North London derby and a second leg against Napoli. What more could you want from a Non-League to Legend episode? Other than we're going to be giving that shirt away soon. Not today, but we will be giving the shirt away. You can't really see it from here. Trust me, there's an Arsenal shirt back there. Pretty soon it'll belong to one of you lot. Hello and welcome to Club 3, part 29 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have that North London derby away against some team that play in white because they didn't want to have nice colours on their kit. Is that a diss? It's not. That's one of my worst disses on Spurs, isn't it? Your kit colour's a bit plain, isn't it? We also got the second leg against Napoli in the Champions League. And remember, we scored just a few goals against them in the first leg. The Spurs game is super important, though, because Manchester United and Chelsea still piling on the pressure in this title push. United are level on points with us on 67. We've got a game in hand, and it is this one. So we have to get at least a draw to push back above Manchester United. Chelsea level on points with us. Level on games with us, but only 2 points behind. If they win, it then becomes even more important that we get a result against Tottenham. So this is a big, important game, but also big and important. We won the Carabao Cup. I didn't show you it in a video because it's only the Carabao Cup. We did win it against Liverpool, though, and the really important thing about winning the Carabao Cup is it means we can officially end the series this season because I have achieved the goal for the season, which was to move above Dr. Benji in the Hall of Fame. You can see he's down there in 5th place now, like a big old loser. Leicester Kev is down there in 7th place. And here's me, better than Frank Lampard. What a roaring review of a football manager. I'm officially a little bit better than Frank Lampard. Breathing down the neck of Brian Clough, actually. If we do win the league and or Champions League this season, I might just become the second best English manager ever. I'm not catching up with Bob Paisley, but we might just catch up with Brian Clough. We're not going to get onto the England nation one. We're way behind in that, which means continentally as well. We're not gonna break through as the best European manager or worldwide manager ever. But second best English manager of all time in 9 seasons? I can cope with that. But first, we need to beat Tottenham, and this is the team we're sending there to do it. We've got Morao in goal, a back four of Asante, Gabriel, Brand, and Remy, Travalski and Rengifo in midfield, Magno, Miliaccio, and Camara behind Jack Joyce up front. This isn't the game in hand. I thought this was the one-off game in hand. It looks like there's a full Premier League programme on today. So we still have to win, but it loses a little bit of its panic inducement if Manchester United are playing as well. In fact, we're the early kickoff, so it is temporarily a game in hand. Chelsea playing at 3:00, Man United at 5:30. So if we avoid defeat, we go top of the league at least temporarily, but United could and probably will go back above us later in the day because West Ham are down in 10th place this season, are a team that you would expect a title-pushing Manchester United side to beat. Likewise, Chelsea should be beating Bournemouth. But it's Spurs with the first chance of the game, and Morao pulls a save out of his bag of tricks. It was a very good free kick. Question marks about whether or not it's gone over the line. It clearly hasn't. Morao made an excellent save. 29 minutes gone, though, and that's the first chance of the game, and we need to wake ourselves up a little bit. I'm going to demand more, because for us to have nothing highlight-worthy going on in the first half is not really acceptable in a game that I certainly shouldn't be having to motivate the players to get up for a game like this. It's the North London derby. That should be enough, but we've got the chance to win the league. That should be even more valuable. Plus the fact that Ben White's in defence for Tottenham, who, as much as a Peterborough fan, I like Ben White because he was great when he was on loan with us a few years ago. I can't help but think he was on loan with us a few years ago. He can't be that good. Magno, what a goal from Magno. My word. That was reminiscent of that famous Ryan Giggs goal in the FA Cup all those years ago. He's picked the ball up on the left-hand side in his own half. He skips past one man. He then goes past another man. And then before the third man can even get to him, he's just stuffed it past the goalkeeper into that bottom corner. Magno is a superstar. What a goal. That's the kind of goal that is worthy of winning a Premier League. Miliaccio heads clear from the Tottenham throw-in, but they switch the play over to this right-hand side, and continue to attack. But luckily, morale is equal to the weird little cross-come shot thing that they've put in there. I'm not really sure what they were aiming for there. And thankfully, I don't think they were either. And it doesn't really matter. It shows how good that goal was from Magno, that our XG after scoring is still only 0.18. He had absolutely no business scoring from there, which makes it all the more fun. We're going to bring Ben Warren on now. We're also going to take off camera and get Saka on that right-hand side. I would normally probably bring João Pedro on as my first option on the right wing. And as club captain, it probably still makes sense to today, but I can't not. I mean, Saka's an Arsenal youth player. He's going to want to beat Spurs more than Pedro, surely, even though Pedro's club captain. Saka's never wanted to leave the way Pedro did. That's another very important save for morale. He is keeping us in this today. He has made 2 very, very important saves and a couple of other stops in there as well. Tottenham are going to be feeling aggrieved that they're behind in this game. And hopefully they end the game feeling aggrieved. I'm all about aggrieving Tottenham. You're familiar with my work around these parts, I'm sure. Final change, we are going to bring on club captain João Pedro now. Magno can come off for the standing ovation from around the ground, surely, for the goal that he's just scored. You've got to show the man some respect for a goal like that. João Pedro is on, and now we just need to try and hold on for these last couple of minutes. It's been a really subdued, poor performance from us today, but the important thing is it looks like we should still be grinding out a result, and that is the mark of a championship winning team. Chowalski trying to keep hold of the ball on this right-hand side. He eventually does get it back via Warren and now plays it over to Rengifo. Do not give the ball away here. A 93rd minute counter-attacking goal from our own faffing about will not make me feel good about myself when I've already declared us the winner. Morale, once again, a game-saving save. That's 3 times now Morale has made saves that he probably didn't have any right to make to keep us in this game. Those of you questioning the signing of Morale in the summer, you're still questioning it now after you've seen the way he's played in this game. If we win the title by a point or 2, you hand that title victory to Morale and his performance here against Tottenham today, because I don't think there's another goalkeeper out there who keeps a clean sheet against Tottenham, creating the chances they've created today. Remy with the cross doesn't find João Pedro. In fact, it goes straight past both options. But it doesn't matter because we've won the game. And round of applause for Morale because he was sensational there. Now we just need to not mess up against Napoli and see who we've got in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. I think it's safe to assume we are going to end up there. I imagine we're also going to end up back in second in a minute because United will probably beat West Ham and then their goal difference will put them back to the top of the league. So shall we just push forward and see how those other results go? It would be brilliant if West Ham could do us a favour here. But yeah, it was never going to happen, was it? Chelsea beating Bournemouth, Manchester United beating West Ham, and the top of the table is the same as it was at the start of today's play. United top, but having played one more game, but with a much better goal difference. We're level on points of them in second, and Chelsea there 2 points behind us, and no one else is relevant. Let's go and play Napoli. Well, you might be about to witness the just another comfortable win or the most embarrassing piece of team rotation anyone's ever done. I mean, it's not like we're playing the kids. These are all players you should recognise from playing lots of games for us over the last year or two. But we are playing players that haven't necessarily started so much lately or players in less familiar positions. It's a very different team to the team that put 7 goals past Napoli in the first leg. I hope I don't regret it. We're going with Gilo in goal, a back four of Saka, Gabriel, Tamela and Brand. Just trying them the other way around. Normally, Tamela would be right back, Brand centre back. People keep telling me Brand's a right back. Let's have a look. Almada at the base of the midfield, Barrow next to him, Pedri on the left, youngster Warren in an attacking midfield, Neo getting another opportunity on the right-hand side, this time as an inverted winger, and a very rare start this season for Liam Delap up front as we give him an opportunity to bang in a few goals and make my decision-making that much trickier as we head into the run-in for this season. I know it shows that he's got 14 goals so far this season. Take it with a pinch of salt. I think 9 of them came in the Club World Cup before the season even started. Saka with the in-swinging corner, Gabriel looking to get in there and cancel out the Napoli away goal immediately. That's order 1 today. Let's cancel out the away goal. Get our 7-goal advantage back, and then we can just engage cruise control for the rest of the game. Of course, if Napoli score a couple of early goals without reply, it will start to get a little bit panicky. You can bet Brand's going back over to centre-back at that point. But Warren's had a fantastic run here, and it's basically the same goal you just saw Magno score in the last game, but this time it's by a young wonder kid teenager who's not sure if he's English or Welsh. He plays for Wales. I'm still pretty sure he's English, but he's picked that up in his own half, just used pace, direct running to go past 2 or 3 players and tuck it past the goalkeeper. A superb solo effort away from home in the Champions League. That guy is going to be a world superstar within the next year or two. When I do the 5 years in the future video, expect to see him as a key member of this Arsenal squad, because I know we've got a lot of good attacking midfield players, but both Almada and Pedri, they'll be too old in 5 years' time. It'll be Miliaccio and Warren as the two that are still here as your regular attacking midfield players, unless, of course, one of them leaves, which hopefully they won't. I hate seeing my teams get disassembled. I think of all the teams I'll manage this year and then do a 5 years in the future run, this Arsenal side is the least likely one to get disassembled because they have the highest reputation. So it's not going to be a case of manager leaves and then everybody goes to go and play for better clubs. I don't think it's unreasonable to expect all of these players to stay at Arsenal, at least in the short term, until we see how they get on under a new manager. Whereas when it's someone like Leicester, but with home, Bourne in that save, when we get that up and running, as soon as those saves end, we saw it in the Bourne save last year here on YouTube. There was just a mass exodus. Apollon was the same. I left Apollon and everybody left too. And I don't think that's going to happen to this Arsenal team. I think we're going to get to see how this young team progresses over the next 5 years or so. And as you can see with Warren picking up his second of the game, Ben Warren is probably going to be quite a large part of that, because it seems like he is quite a good footballer. It's Napoli 0, Arsenal 2 on the night, 9-1 on aggregate now. And if there was any doubt before the game about what the outcome was going to be, that doubt is now completely gone, thanks to Ben Warren just grabbing a couple of early goals in this first half and completely putting the tie to bed. You can see Napoli's ground is effectively deserted. Nobody wants to be here to see him take another pasting like they got in that first leg. That's one of the most pathetic turnouts I've ever seen in a Champions League knockout round game. There are far more empty seats than filled ones. And I guess, what do you expect? They know they're already out, so they're not going to spend their money to go and watch them concede a load more goals again. Brand trying to get something going on the right, but ends up giving the ball away. I guess we should be keeping an eye on him more so than anyone, really. Brand and Neo are the two playing in, and I guess Almada, players playing in unusual positions, or playing when they haven't really had much of an opportunity to play yet this season. They're the ones that we need to be judging, just in case we need to use them in those roles as the season goes on. Saka once again getting found out as a left back. We know that's a thing. We don't need a further demonstration that Saka's not a left back, but he is good going forward from that left-hand side. And with Rashevsky injured at the moment, Saka is going to get more game time out there. It'll be between him and Asante to play left back for us for the next 2 or 3 weeks while Rashevsky recovers from an injury that he's got that's going to keep him out for a little while. Right. I don't normally pay any attention to this yellow card thing, but that just said Brand is close to a suspension for a yellow card. There's just no benefit to keeping him on at this point. The tie is won. Let's take him off. Who else should come off? I would suggest actually Gabriel is the other one who plays regularly out of everybody. He's the one who plays week in, week out. So let's take him off as well. Asante can come on. Two changes to the defence after we've just conceded a goal. That's not the right way to do it. Don't use this as a tutorial, boys and girls. Shouldn't change your defence mid-match if you can avoid it, but we've done it there. Neo's not playing very well again, but we're just going to leave him on to see if we can get a performance out of him. I do need to be careful here that if we lose on the night, it could, although we're obviously still going to get through to the next round of this tournament, it could actually have an impact on our morale, though, if we lose the match, which could be a problem. Camera coming on from Pedri, that makes sense to me. We can then stick Neo out on that side. Camera can go in there as a winger and hopefully can be a man to be a bit of a difference maker for us. Neo's been such a disappointment for us. Again, I think he is the biggest flop signing I've had in FM21 so far. Saka to Almada, Camera now. We really could use a goal here just to make sure we win the match and the tie. And Kylian Remy It's like he's listening. 82 minutes gone. He grabs our third of the night, our 10 for the tie. And can we stop the scoring there, please, Napoli? You're already out. Let us keep our form going. We need the momentum of not losing a game, of winning a game. And at the moment, we've got that. But why are they still playing? Their fans have all gone home. They're out of the tournament. They might as well just conserve their own energy. Do they not have a league of their own that they want to be competing in? This seems unnecessarily energetic at this point of the tie. But they are pushing forward again. Tamela heads clear to Neo. And we have got the opportunity for a counter-attack here. But Delap was miles offside. So Neo's going to have to go out on his own. He does. And for a second there, it looked like he was actually doing something positive. But then he just side-foots it into the hands of the goalkeeper. And we remember just how much of a disappointment he's been all along. Almada with the in-swinging corner. And I think it's Asante who got his head onto it. It smashes back off the crossbar. And Rui Camera is there to put some pressure on to try and keep the attack going. He does enough at the very least to disrupt a counter-attack. And there is your final whistle. We've won the game. We've won the tie as well. And do we get to see the draw? Oh, no, see, there's matches before the draw. So we're actually not going to see the draw today. All you need to know, really, is that regardless of who we get in the draw, tomorrow's episode is probably going to be both legs of that. We've got some decent youth players coming through as well. But tomorrow's episode will be both legs of the quarter-final. And hopefully we'll continue to push on in the league as well. That's the plan. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.